What is going on, ADA Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central. My name is Fareed, and in today's video, I want to discuss some of the latest developments surrounding the Cardano ecosystem. Now, first things first, I want to dive into VYFI and the fact that we now have an official mainnet launch date here, which I'm going to be revealing in the course of this episode. Following that, I want to touch on their Stakeless LP feature, which should be coming online very soon as well. Second, I want to touch on Foreon, which is going to be a prediction marketplace coming on Cardano, which is currently building on the network. And I want to highlight the fact that their pitch deck has officially been released and the fact that I'm also going to be having an upcoming interview with this team. Now, after that, I want to briefly touch on Muesliswap, which is going to be launching their brand new governance platform, as well as the addition of some changes to their homepage of this DEX. In closing of today's video, I want to briefly touch on Minswap and the recent release of their latest edition of their monthly stats, as well as their newly released treasury dashboard. Now, jumping into the very first update here for today's video, I want to touch on VYFI, which has just released their official mainnet launch date for their protocol. If you guys are not familiar with VYFI, they're going to be a DeFi platform building on Cardano, offering staking services, a decentralized exchange, as well as a bar, which is going to be a revenue sharing platform, which is going to be one of its kind. Now, as it states here, the official launch date for their mainnet will be taking place on May 15th, or about 10 days from the time that I'm shooting this video. Now, I believe that as a part of this release, we're going to get access to their DEX and the bar, given the fact that their staking is already live on the mainnet. Now, if you guys want to check this out in preparation of the mainnet launch, you can go ahead and get access to their platform on the testnet, which I'm going to leave a link to down below. So that's going to be the first update here surrounding VYFI. Next, I want to touch on the fact that they're going to be launching a stakeless LP farming via their DEX. Now, normally, when you are providing liquidity or your LP tokens in order to earn additional yield, you have to actually stake those. Now, what they're going to be doing is providing an option to basically circumvent that. And again, a one-of-a-kind feature being launched specifically by VYFI. So the tweet reads here, coming soon to the VYFI platform will be the first crypto project to host a stakeless liquidity pool farming via a DEX. Now they've got a link to two articles down below, which I've already got opened up here. So I'm just going to quickly jump over to them, but I'm not going to break them down as a part of this video. But I do want to highlight the fact that if you guys want more information surrounding this entire process, you can find it using these links. Now, I briefly did touch on the fact here that this is going to simplify staking in the sense that all you need to do now is provide liquidity to a particular pool. So for example, the ADA/VYFI liquidity pool on their DEX. As a result, you're going to earn, or you're going to be receiving the LP tokens. And as soon as you receive those within your wallet, you'll then be able to actually farm or earn additional yield by holding those LP tokens. Traditionally on other platforms or on other DEXs, like we have with the Minswap DEX, once you have the LP tokens, you actually have to lock them up in a smart contract on that DEX. However, this particular team is looking for a new option, kind of breaking away from the current norm. So if I open up this graphic here, this is basically a brief summarization of what I just mentioned there, which is right now when you go ahead and actually perform the farming of your LP tokens, not only do you have to deposit and receive your LP tokens, you then actually have to deposit those LP tokens within a farm. So they're going to be getting rid of this particular step here. And with their new feature, all you need to do is collect the 2 tokens, deposit those into a liquidity pool. And as soon as you receive your LP tokens, you'll automatically be rewarded in terms of farming for holding those LP tokens. Now, the cool thing about this is that if you do send over those LP tokens to a separate wallet, that particular wallet will automatically begin to earn or accrue those farming rewards. Another cool thing that I mentioned here in my prior update was the fact that they're also going to be introducing a Zap feature. So if you only hold ADA, you don't have to purchase the second trading or the second token that you're going to be adding for the liquidity pool. That will automatically be done for you using the Zap feature. So that is going to be it there again for the 2 articles here that I'm going to be leaving a link to down below surrounding the VYFI platform. Jumping into my next update here, I want to briefly touch on Foreon, which is going to be a prediction marketplace being built on Cardano. What I want to touch on here is the fact that they have now released their pitch deck. And so if you guys are not already following this team on Twitter, I definitely recommend you guys go ahead and do so. But I want to take a quick minute here just to briefly run through the pitch deck and exactly what is included inside of it. So here we have the front page, which is highlighting the fact that Foreon is going to be a decentralized prediction protocol being built on Cardano. Up next, we have the existing problems with the current prediction markets, which include high transaction fees, limited accessibility, and a lack of transparency. If I jump over into their solutions, they're going to be focusing on providing a secure and transparent platform that is going to be accessible to all. Let me get myself out of the way there. They're also going to be leveraging blockchain technology, which again is going to be built on Cardano. And then they're also going to support JET and USD stablecoins for trading stability. So those are going to be two top stable coins right now, JET within the actual ecosystem, and then USDT being an ERC20 compatible token. So they may actually be bridging that over into Cardano. Now, if I jump over into the next slide, this is going to be talking on their marketing opportunities, or highlighting some of their marketing opportunities, I should say. And so here we have the rapid growth of blockchain, the growing interest in prediction marketplaces, as well as the growing interest in the Cardano and blockchain NFT space. So they're looking to capitalize on all three of these aspects here in their upcoming launch of their platform. Now, on the next slide here, we have some key features here surrounding the network, which include the fact that it's going to be decentralized. Second, it's going to provide a user-friendly interface. Third, it's going to be relying solely on smart contracts, which execute based on programmable features or programmable actions. And then fourth, we're going to have multiple market categories, which include things like sports, politics, finance, and entertainment. Now, in terms of their business model, here we have the fact that Foreon will be making money using three different methods. Number one, they're going to be generating or taking a portion of the trading fees generated by the protocol. Second, they're going to be having market creation fees, which will ensure that high quality markets and creators all put effort into designing a well-structured market. And then third will be token appreciation. So they will have their own token, which we're going to break down their tokenomics here on the next slide. So jumping over into that slide, we have the tokenomics and the utility behind the Foreon token, which I believe is going to be FRN for short. So we're going to have 3% going to advisors, 7% going towards rewards and farming, 10% going to their Foreon vault or their treasury, with an additional 10% going towards their team. In closing, we have 20% going towards exchange listings, with the majority of the tokens going towards their public sale, which is going to be about 5 million tokens. Keep in mind that the total token supply here will be a total of 10 million tokens. Now, focusing on the actual utility of the token, if you hold the FRN token, you'll get access to decision making or DAO governance. You also get access to rewards or incentives, as well as buyback opportunities, which will uphold or support the token price. And then in closing, you'll be able to use the FRN token as collateral on the actual marketplace. So pretty cool feature there as well. Jumping into the very last slide here, talking about their actual roadmap and the current traction. As a part of Q1 of 2023, which just came to a close, they started the initial network research, as well as released their official website and their light paper. As a part of Q2, they're going to be launching on the Cardano pre-prod testnet, which I'm excited to see begin. They're also going to be launching their own ambassador program, and they're also going to be launching an ISPO. And then as part of Q3, which is still upcoming, they're going to be launching an IFDO, which will be an initial Foreon DEX offering, in which they'll be collaborating with different DEXs and providing liquidity within the Cardano ecosystem. In closing, as a part of Q4, they're going to be focusing more on marketing and partnerships. I believe that this is going to bring us to the end here, with the last slide talking or highlighting why they should be a project to kind of keep on your radar. So number one, they're going to be providing an innovative solution addressing a real world market need. Number two, they're going to have high growth potential within the DeFi space and the prediction market space, given the fact that I am not currently aware of any other platform building on Cardano doing the same thing. And then number three, they're going to be providing an early stage investment opportunity with attractive tokenomics. I can definitely agree here that their tokenomics do look quite fair. That is going to be it here. We've got some demo screenshots, which I'm going to kind of touch on there. And then again, they've got a seed funding round in which they're looking to raise 800,000 ADA in exchange for 1 million of the FRN tokens. As a part of the pre-seed rate, they're going to have 1 ADA equal about 1.25 FRN with a minimum investment size of 10,000 ADA, which will get you about 12,000 of the FRN tokens. That is going to be it there. If you guys want to find out more about their platform, you can go ahead and access them at foreon.network. And as you guys can see there on screen, you have an email as well as a link to their blog and documentation. That's going to bring us through that particular update there surrounding the second topic for today's Cardano Scoop, which is Foreon. Now, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, I would really appreciate it if you guys could tap that like button. It's one of the easiest ways here to support the channel and also helps to get this content out to other members within the growing Cardano community. The next update I want to touch on is going to be Muesliswap here, which is going to be a DEX being built on Cardano. And it was actually one of the first DEXs that we saw here launched within this ecosystem. And so it reads here from their official Twitter, big news coming soon. We're getting closer to the launch of our brand new governance platform, which will provide secure off-chain voting, as well as a way to verifiably prove its correctness, making it a game changer for the DeFi and governance space. Now, taking a look at the actual screenshot here, we've got support for a few wallets within the Cardano community, which includes the Eternal wallet, the Nami wallet, the Flint wallet, and the Lace wallet, which was just released by IOG. Now, unfortunately, within the screenshot, we don't actually have a proposal which is live to kind of give us an idea of how that would be presented. But I'm sure that over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to get some more details and screenshots surrounding the development of their voting platform. So we're seeing more and more platforms begin to build out their own DAOs or their own voting mechanisms. Now, jumping into the second update here surrounding Muesliswap, I want to highlight the fact that they're now going to be supporting different base pairs other than ADA on their homepage. So it reads here, introducing a game-changing feature. You can now select alternative bases like IUSD or JET on the market's page in addition to ADA. This will allow for you to dive into more diverse and customizable trading experiences. Expanding this screenshot here, you can now see on the right hand side here the different bases that are currently supported using their DEX. So if you want to see the trading pairs which are supported by ADA, which basically means any trading pair which uses ADA as a base, you can do so by selecting that, as well as JET or IUSD. Now keep in mind that on the majority of these DEXs, even including platforms like SundaySwap, Minswap, and Wing Riders, the majority of the liquidity will be held in the ADA base pair. I actually had a pretty familiar subscriber reach out to me here over the course of the last week, which basically had a question surrounding the inability to get a fair price on a swap. And what we actually found out was that when we looked at the trading pairs, this was a JET based pair. So there's not a lot of people, at least right now, using the JET or IUSD trading pairs. But as we begin to see the bigger growth and bigger adoption of DeFi, especially with DEXs and liquidity coming into DEXs, we would think that these trading pairs or bases will continue to grow. So even though this is an awesome update here, keep in mind that the liquidity may not necessarily be all there to support the actual trades using these brand new bases. Again, given the fact that the Muesliswap protocol is going to be an order book style DEX, you do need to have a deep enough order book to support bigger swaps or bigger trades using these brand new bases. But nonetheless, it is a big step up here, allowing for people to kind of trade outside of the normal ADA based pair. So hopefully we begin to see more DEXs again supporting bigger and broader base pairs. But right now it makes sense that we have JET and IUSD, given the fact that they're the top two stable coins right now within the Cardano ecosystem. That's going to take me through that particular update there surrounding Muesliswap. As a part of my last update here for today's Cardano Scoop, I want to touch on the Minswap protocol and their monthly stats, as well as a brand new dashboard that they've just released for their treasury. Now, what we have here is going to be a monthly report being developed here by the Minswap team, which this month covers all the developments and growth within the month of April. So I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I want to highlight some of the key bits that have changed as a part of this month. So starting from the top left-hand side, we have the TVL, which has decreased about 8% with a total value locked right now on the protocol of $48 million. In terms of trading volume, we saw a 30% or so decrease with over $49 million being traded on the platform. And then when we look at the total number of monthly unique active wallets, that has almost done a 1.5x there with almost 140% gain, and where we saw about 17,000 brand new wallets interacting with this protocol. So that's an interesting relationship there. We have a TVL decreasing as well as a trading volume decreasing, while we have the monthly unique active wallets increasing. So I'm sure that a lot of the meme coin hype here, as well as just the adoption of more and more tokens and growing liquidity on the platform, that we are going to see more unique active wallets interacting with this protocol. And I'm not really too worried about the TVL and the trading volume dropping down. I think that, not every month is going to be a green month, given the fact that over the last 2 months in a row, we did see that both of those numbers had grown dramatically. In terms of the most traded tokens, we have AGIX, which has been coming in almost at number 1 over the course of the last 3 months, given the recent hype around ChatGPT. Number 2, we have the beloved AADA Finance, which now has over $8 million US locked in total value locked. So this particular platform has grown by leaps and bounds over the course of the last 2 months, given the fact that they're going to be migrating over to peer-to-pool. And then right behind them in terms of the most traded tokens, we have the MELD token, which just released their L1 as well as their MELD app wallet on the Cardano blockchain as a part of yesterday. So a lot of progress here within the Cardano DeFi space in general. And then the very last token here, which is most traded, will be none other than their own governance token, which is the MIN token. And keep in mind that the last 3 tokens there are all within a very, very close amount there. So it could really be up for grabs, I should say, who's coming in at number 2, number 3, and number 4, given how tightly how close those numbers are together. Now, the last update I want to touch on here for today's video is going to be surrounding the fact that the Minswap DAO Treasury now has an official dashboard. So it states here that the protocol owned liquidity, or POL, was always a priority for the Minswap team, and their DAO Treasury assets are continuing to grow as the protocol gains usage. Now, I'm going to leave the link to this down below, but it's accessible at minswap.org/POL. So from here, we can see the protocol owned liquidity, which includes their Meteor liquidity bootstrapping event, fees coming in from their recent fee switch, as well as their Makasi launch bull and their Indigo launch bull. Now, they have a breakdown here of where these assets are currently stored in, which, as you guys can see, includes ADA, MIN, and liquidity providing tokens. If I scroll down even further, we can also see all of the assets currently managed when it comes to their recent fee switch. And if you guys are not familiar with that, this was basically a update in which we now are seeing 0.05% of their 0.3 fees from their swaps going directly to the Minswap DAO Treasury. So again, another way to kind of raise fees or funds for their platform. And then at the very bottom here, it breaks down all of the assets currently being managed as a result of their LBEs or launch bull events. Again, these are bootstrapping events for different tokens. And as a part of that, some of their revenue does go straight over to the Minswap DAO or the Minswap Treasury. That is going to bring us here to a close for today's Cardano Scoop. I hope you guys found it to be helpful or useful. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you guys could tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the channel and you want more content just like this, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me surrounding any of the topics that we've touched on today, then please make sure to leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.